Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Saturday, September 23rd. I'm Michael Taylor, and it is fall. Congratulations, we finally made it. Fall is here, and we are enjoying the weather out there for sure. I'm at the desk. It's also how you know it's Saturday. And what are we going to do at the desk today? Well, we're going to be talking to some folks. We have Dr. Fleming coming in from Fleming Dermatology and Aesthetic Center, and she'll be talking to us all things on that, and we'll also be talking to folks from the Republican Club. We have Ro Kendall and Pat McCone coming in, and they're going to be talking about some of the issues that they are talking about with their club and some of the meetings they have coming up and some of the speakers they're going to have. So we're going to enjoy that as well. Hey, let's keep you staying informed, and we want to talk about Backstage with the Beatles. That show is tonight, and you have the opportunity. They have some special pricing and some tickets coming up if you want to get out there and see the Backstage with the Beatles performance. It's going to be all about the Beatles, what they did in the early days. Bob Eubanks used to work with the Beatles. Mr. Whoopi, remember him from the dating game? And he's going to be hosting that. He's going to be talking about all of his experiences with the Beatles and what they did. And so it should be a pretty fun show. Get out there and enjoy that. Special pricing at the door. You can pay at the door tonight for those tickets, so enjoy that. Let's take a look outside and check out our weather, and we are going to be looking at some really nice temperatures. It's going to be 75, 76-ish, 70s, all mid-70s through the whole weekend, and it should be really nice. We have really enjoyed the fall weather. I've been enjoying it, so get out there, enjoy it. It's going to be a little warmer midweek next week, so enjoy these nice temperatures while you can. Hey, let's take a look outside in our sunrise and sunset, and we want to take a quick check of that one. Our sunrise is 6:39. Our sunrise was 6:39, and our sunset tonight is going to be 6:46. And this photo is from Connie Barton. Beautiful shot outside here of her place in Laguna Woods Village. If you'd like to send us a photo, you can do so. Please do. We'd love to see it. Send us your photos, and you can send it to Laguna Woods Village TV at gmail.com. Make sure you send us your name like Connie did, where you took the photo like Connie did, and try to do a horizontal picture so it fits on our screen just wonderfully. All right, when we come back, we'll be talking to Dr. Christy Fleming. Stay with us.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Living and learning in Laguna Woods Village is a unique experience. For over 45 years, the Emeritus Institute has provided tuition-free college classes within your community. Join us to experience expert faculty, quality academics, and to make friends through the Emeritus Institute. New classes start every semester, and you can join nearly any time. Visit us anytime at saddleback.edu/emeritus. Learn, live, and thrive with the Emeritus Institute.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now from the Republican Club is two lovely ladies, Pat and Ro. Thank you guys for being here today. It's so nice to see you again. Tell me, before we get into all the upcoming stuff, tell me a little bit about your guys' background. Why did you come into the Republican Club?
Well,
Go ahead.
that one. I followed her from the Tustin Club, where I went for a couple of years, and Pat was president there. And then when Pat came to Laguna Woods to be the president, I was already living in Laguna Woods, and I thought, great, so I followed Pat. And here we are.
Yes, and Ro has a background with, she was a model, teen model.
Oh,
when she was
wow,
growing up. So
really?
I love to tout that about her because she has such charm and presence, so we love to have her. And she's doing such a great job in our club. She's our vice president of programs.
Okay, wonderful. So
Yeah.
you're the one who's out looking for the speakers,
Yeah.
and that's wonderful to educate people. And so, talking about that, you have a keynote speaker coming up, Susan Shelley.
Yeah.
And she's got quite a background. Let's
yes.
talk about her.
Yeah.
What's her background?
Well, she's an amazing woman. She's vice president of the Howard Jarvis Tax Association, and she has a lot of other little hats that she wears. I'll just look at them because she's also contributing editor for the Southern California News Group, which includes 11 papers, including the LA Times, Orange County Register, just to name a few. And she basically writes about politics and policy. So she's very well tuned to what's going on in our legislature. And she does a weekly radio show with her partner. What's his name?
John.
John. John's good enough.
Yeah.
And they do a weekly, it's about Howard Jarvis Tax Association and what they're doing. It's a podcast. So we were fortunate enough to see one recently, and it's very impressive. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, it is.
So we're happy.
She also has a weekly podcast with Steve Hilton
Oh, right.
up in LA. Get me word out there. You know, as president of the Republican Club, Bobby, I'm just so excited that we have a chance. We're trying to educate our community regarding issues and laws, but also we're trying to uphold our U.S. Constitution, one nation under God, limited government, limited spending, limited taxation. So this all the things we do are surrounding these issues. And Susan Shelley, I've known her for years. She does such a wonderful job she's worked so hard for, I don't know how many years, over 10 or 15. But the Howard Jarvis Tax Association, they've been working for over 40 years to help keep our taxes low. I did not know about them when I moved here to to California, 41 years ago. Because Prop 13 came out in 1978. We moved here in 82. But continually there are threats to Proposition 13. And Ro and I were talking before coming on that we're just excited that we have a common ground issue, a common issue that, often our issues are political. They're all political, I guess, but we're just glad that we can reach out to our villagers and present an issue that we can help keep our taxes low. And everyone can relate to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so one of the things Susan is going to be talking about then is Prop 13. And Prop 13 was originally created to bring property tax relief to Californians because thousands of homeowners were being taxed out of their homes.
Yes, yes.
Back at that time.
And I didn't know that, and Ro didn't live here either, but yeah.
And so what is the thing that today that she's going to be talking about that is a threat to Prop 13?
Yeah, it's the repeal of the death tax. And every year our legislatures, proponents of taxing us higher, they're constantly putting forth ACAs, which are assembly constitutional amendments that are trying to increase our tax revenue because government is just, always wants more tax revenue. But we, the people, want our taxes kept low. Maybe Ro can speak.
Well, I think it's important to know that by them trying to repeal the death tax, which was sold fraudulently, it was sold as a proposition to protect victims of fires and seniors who wanted to move to new homes. And that's part of it, but it didn't mention the other part about the death tax being put onto properties so that the value would reset when the original parents, grandparents owned the property and it went to their children. The children would have to sell the property just to pay the taxes.
Because of the reassessment fees.
Yes.
Yeah, all of a sudden brand new property taxes on the value of what the home is now, as opposed to what the parents had been paying all this time on their property taxes from when they bought the home.
Yes.
It also hurts renters because a lot of these people own properties that are multi-unit rentals, and when they pass and the values have to be reassessed, the rents have to come up, and that's really bad for everybody all around. So it's a very complicated issue, but we're on track to get it back to where we want it and the electorate wants it. It'll be back on the ballot in November. So we all have to vote. We all have to become aware and vote. It's really important.
And this is on the ballot for November 2024, correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
A new ballot initiative.
Okay.
And the initiative is all ready. People are out signing it. And I have an update on that from Susan this morning, and I'd like to read that, if I may, okay?
Yes.
We asked her, Susan, we're going on Channel 6 Village TV this morning. We want to get an update. She said the legislature passed ACA 1 and ACA 13, two very serious attacks on Proposition 13 that make it easier to raise taxes and harder to restore Prop 13 protections when they're watered down by state court decision. Laws are trying to come in and affect our Constitution every day. Now, those two measures go to the ballot, probably in November 2024. She said there will be a nuclear equivalent war to fight them. We the people, I think she's meaning, right, Ro?
Exactly.
And she said the other update is that the post office is delivering a bin of signed petitions to the HJTA, which is Howard Jarvis Tax Association office in Sacramento every day. And the volume is increasing. Everyone can go to repealthedeathtax.com right now to print out the petition, sign it. And she said it's easy to complete. The instructions are there, and even a clip and tape mailing label so you can send it in. So they've made this very easy, Bobby, for people to let our voices be heard and vote on.
Wonderful.
And to get this, we got to get this ballot on in 2024.
So that was my next question, is what can voters do now who want to, help? And so they can go to what did you say it was?
It's called repealthedeathtax.com.
Okay.
Easy.
And then you can easily fill it out to get this on the ballot.
Yes. At our meeting, we're going to have we always have our workshop session where we're going to have our members. We have about 120, 140 people attend our meeting, so we're going to have our little workshop, right, Ro?
That's it.
And have them sign the petition.
People can sign it right there, and we'll take care of
Oh, I
getting
love
it
that.
to Sacramento.
Makes it easier. Sometimes when there's that extra step, it's like,
Yes.
okay, I'll get to that
Yes.
later. I'll get to that later.
You're right.
I'm
Bring you
meaning
a
to get to that.
Yes.
So anything that makes it easier, definitely. And then, so when is the meeting, and when is it coming up? And tell us about that.
Okay, I'll let Ro talk. I've been talking
The
a lot.
meeting is always the first Friday of the month, and October is October 6th, and Susan will be there, and she's going to have a lot of information to share with us, much more in depth, and she understands it a lot better. She's awesome. So that'll be October 6th, and it's at 11 o'clock for a little bit of social time, and luncheon starts at 11:30, and we'll have a meeting and be informed.
Yeah.
Now, does it cost to come to the meeting?
Yes, if you're a member, it's $30. It's a luncheon. We have beautiful lunches, and $35 for non-members. And we also we can also have people come and sit. Just they don't want to eat the lunch. They want to hear the speakers. They can come and sit for $5 and get the information.
Okay.
We do require just a small amount because we rent the room and there's expenses. So, we have made that more affordable. And like she said, some people don't want to have lunch. Bobby, another thing, we're going to also encourage people to sign up and join the HJTA. This is the taxing times. If you join the HJTA, which I have, it's $25 a year. And with that $25, they send you this quarterly journal, and they support us. It's
wonderful.
$25 is a very small amount to be able to support such a valuable organization that's trying to protect us from being taxed.
Well, it keeps you aware of what's going on, and a lot of things happen because people don't know about it.
Right.
It just gets past them. So this is a way to stay really connected to what's going on in Sacramento, and that's what we need, more information, and that's what we try to do also as our club.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Great. Well, thank you for being on today and sharing this information, and good luck with the speaker just coming up next month.
Thank you. We're excited about having her.
All right. Well, everyone is invited to attend the meeting of the Republican Club featuring speaker Susan Shelley. This is on October 6th in Clubhouse 5. It starts at 11 a.m. Speaker begins at 11:30 and lunch is at 12:15. For any questions, please call Kathy at 562-761-6099. And for information about reservations for this event, you can call Patty at 303-886-9600. So don't change that dial. We'll be back with more of This Day right after this.
Your body is made for work, play, and adventure. All the things that make life amazing. But when pain gets in the way, turn to Hoag Orthopedic Institute to get you back to doing the things you love. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we're experts at getting you out of pain and back to golf, running, or yoga. Whatever makes you, you.
A will is not enough to avoid probate. However, if you have a will, a trust, a complete estate plan, then you will avoid probate. We encourage you to come meet with us. It's complimentary. We'll review the estate plan, make sure that it's current, covers all of your assets, and you're actually protected.
I'd like to personally thank LS Carlson Law for all my family's estate planning needs. I highly recommend them to everyone.
Hi, I'm Linda Honey. I'd be happy to help you and your family. Please call us today.
We're joined by Dr. Christy Fleming with Fleming Dermatology and Aesthetics Center. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being back.
Good to be here.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
So I want to start off with kind of the sad subject of Jimmy Buffett's passing, but one of the cause of his death was a long bout with Merkel cell carcinoma. And so I'm guessing a lot of people have been coming to you and saying, what is this? Is this Merkel cell? And right? And what is it exactly? How do you know the difference of what that is between some other kind of skin lesions?
Oh, that's a good question. That's what makes my job kind of hard. Merkel cell is a tricky type of skin cancer in that it doesn't always present in the same way. It can look sometimes a little bit red, sometimes a little bit more red-purple.
Okay.
So it makes the diagnosis hard. But yes, everyone is coming in and asking, what is this? Do I have it?
Yeah, and we have a couple slides I want to take a look at because they look very different to me. Like you said, they can look very different. This one looks almost like a pimple, like, oh, don't try to pop this. But how can you tell that that is something that's, that's Merkel, so that's a problem?
So it presents as a painless lesion. So usually pimples or bug bites are at least a little bit symptomatic. That they're painful or itchy. This usually doesn't have any symptoms whatsoever.
Okay.
Typically found on sun-exposed areas, so most commonly on the head and neck.
Okay.
Sometimes also on the arms.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where. And now we have another one on the eye, and this one's not super fun to look at, but obviously this is one that somebody came in and said we need to take a look at this. This is seriously a problem, right?
Right.
Yeah, and so that one and that one doesn't look like the other one. So it's like that's
No, it looks
one
very
of the,
different.
Like you say, one of the white. That's why you get paid the big bucks, so to speak. And you went to medical school, and you have to be able to determine, okay, this is something that's serious, right?
Exactly. So anything that's new, it's not going away. It's not behaving the way that we would expect it to.
Right.
It's definitely something you want to have checked out.
Yeah, and as an adult, we shouldn't all of a sudden have new moles. That's kind of a telltale sign, right?
Right. You should not be getting new moles after the age of about 30.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you do have other more what we call maturity spots that do keep popping up.
Yeah, age spots, unfortunately. So how do I know if I have MCC? It has to be diagnosed, right?
It has to be diagnosed, and I would definitely see a board-certified dermatologist because they are very rare, and someone who's not seeing skin every single day, they're probably just not familiar with it. Yeah.
Okay. So it turned to deadly for Jimmy Buffett. What kind of stage? I know you didn't diagnose him. I'm not asking you, but in general, what does something like that have to get to before when it becomes like something they're fighting your life for?
Merkel cell, fortunately, it is rare, but it is very aggressive, and because it's asymptomatic, they're typically found at a later stage than we would like. So. It metastasizes very quickly, and once that metastasis has happened, then you have to cut it out with surgery, and then there's also adjunctive therapy with radiation and chemotherapy, immunotherapy. It's kind of, if you can get it at the stage where it hasn't spread throughout the body yet, then it has a pretty good prognosis, but once it's out, then it's very difficult to treat it.
Okay. And is the metastasis, do they show up in other parts of your skin, or is it also, can it sometimes go internally?
Usually it will first go to the lymph nodes, but
Oh my
yes,
goodness, okay.
it can go internally. It can go to other parts of the skin. Sometimes the original primary spot will even disappear, which is odd, and we'll find it just in the metastasized stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, like you said, the treatment treatment has to be pretty aggressive, I'm guessing, right? In terms of when we know there's metastasis.
Right.
Okay. So we have some of this, a little more fun. Let's have a little more fun here, okay? So we have this eye drops called Upneek, and there's some
Yes.
eye drops, and they're kind of like just kind of a brightener. This is the aesthetic part of what
This
you
is
do
the
in the
aesthetic
center.
part. Yeah, this is my day. I go from very serious things to very fun things and everything in between.
So we had our somebody who works here, Brittany. We had her take the eye drops. We have a before and after image on the screen. And what does it do? It just kind of brightens up your eye. How does it work?
Right, so it's an individual little dropper, so basically just an eye drop that you put in each eye. And it stimulates an involuntary muscle that's in the upper eyelid. It's called the Mueller's muscle. And that helps to open the eye a little bit. And then it
Okay.
also helps to constrict the blood vessels inside the eye so that the eye looks more white. So
Okay.
the eyes look bigger and brighter.
Okay, so it kind of have a Visine kind of effect, but also
Yes,
kind of makes your eyes just open up more naturally. They look a little
Right.
bigger and brighter. So, and does it affect the same person or people differently a little bit? Some it works a little better on some, so it's kind of a hit and miss.
Right, so if someone has a very hooded lid, like you have a little bit more hooding to
I
your
definitely
eye.
I'm droopy.
So you're not going to see as much of an effect as someone who doesn't quite have that, because it's not going to lift this part of the skin. It just
Right,
opens the
okay.
eyelid itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have like almost a second eyelid coming down here. We're gonna have to do something about that someday. So what are some of the other services you provide at the center in terms of, you do regular, obviously skin checks, dermatology, burning stuff. I've had my face zapped and popped a lot of times, so I know that's part of it. But on the aesthetic side, what are some of the things that people can go there for?
Well, we do pretty much the whole gamut. I do a lot of filler, a lot of Botox, a lot of lasers, chemical peels. We have a Morpheus machine, which helps with skin tightening and getting rid of that laxity that happens with aging. We do earlobe repairs, a lot of skin cancer surgery and repairs associated with that.
On the aesthetic side, what are some of the biggest things that folks come in with in terms of, like, they've aged, they have a little age behind them, they say, I want to look brighter, better. What are some of the things that are the most popular things that you do?
Usually women come in saying, I'm tired of people telling me I look tired.
We'll get you the eye drops first, and then what else can you do for them?
A little bit of Botox goes a long way. It just helps to soften. Women, as we age, unfortunately, things start to turn down, so we look either sad or mad. Men are lucky enough that they look just a little bit more distinguished with.
Well, we already look mad in the first place, so we don't change that much.
Maybe. Sometimes it's just as little as changing your skincare regimen. As our skin ages, we kind of need to change the way that we're treating it. Our products that we used when we were a teenager aren't really going to apply so much to more mature skin.
Ivory soap and whatever it might be. So really, sometimes it can be just as simple as, let's
Change
try
the soap.
this soap, let's try this moisturizer, and we'll
Right.
see what we can do, right? So it doesn't have to be that extreme approach.
Right, and I tend to err on the side of underdoing it. I'm very conservative that way. I don't like to make it look like people have been done. I just want you to
I don't want to look like I can help.
Right. I just don't want it to look like you, but like you got a really good night's sleep, or don't have patients, just tell people that you got a new pillow. You're sleeping better.
Oh man, I'm getting some great sleep. On the medical side of things, what is the basic recommendation for when people just, unless I see something, like I said, oh, there's something here, I need to get that checked. Maybe some people don't go to a dermatologist on a regular basis. At what age should you really start making that kind of an annual visit?
Right. We very much recommend an annual visit for a full body skin exam, and that's where you're changed into a gown, and we look at you from head to toe, really anywhere that there's skin. There are pediatric dermatologists that focus more on the younger patients, but definitely here in Southern California, anywhere past age of 30, you should be having a yearly exam. More frequently, if you've had things burned off or if you've had skin cancer, yeah, we keep a bit of a closer eye on you.
Yeah, like maybe every 6 months. I go in every 6 months because I've had little things burned up. I had a little carcinoma coming right there. Like I said, but hey, that's a new mole. I shouldn't be getting new moles.
Right, or anything that's bleeding or just not healing, something that's scabbing and it kind of goes away but then keeps coming back. If you're shaving and there's a spot that keeps bleeding or when you're drying off with a towel.
Okay. Makes sense. All right. Dr. Fleming from Fleming Dermatology and Aesthetic Center, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
Life goes by quickly. Enjoy it while you can. At Southern California Family Dentistry, we help you live your best life. Dr. Jahangiri has been serving the community for over 15 years. His #1 priority is your comfort and care. We offer complimentary dental implant consultation. Our implants start at only $9.99. Check out our new patient special. We offer exams and x-rays for $49. We also perform implant-supported dentures and sleep dentistry, all under one roof. Transform your smile. Don't wait. Give us a call today.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the program. Before we go, I want to check out a couple things real quick. I want to talk about the Saturday movie. It's going to be The Flash with Ezra Miller, rated PG-13. Brought to us by RadNet, and you're going to be able to see that at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles. Great movie, lots of fun, real good DC comic movie, and Ezra Miller brings a lot of fun comedy to this one. So got some laughs and some fun action in that one. Hey, let's take a look outside at our weather one last time before we head out for the rest of your weekend, and I hope it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one outside, that's for sure. We have mid-70s, cool temperatures overnight, partly cloudy kind of thing going on. We're having those morning clouds and afternoon sunshine. Get used to it. It's going to be a pattern that we're going to see for a while now in this time of year. I hope you enjoyed the program. I'm Michael Taylor. On behalf of everybody here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.